Hello everyone, if you're watching this video on the second fundamental theorem of calculus, you must be pretty desperate, and I understand why. On YouTube, when I was trying to wrap my head around the intuition behind this theorem, it was pretty hard. So once I think I found the way to explain this in a better way, I really wanted to maybe try and help somebody out who needs this. Okay, so what you often find yourself doing is looking at this sort of weird exercise with derivative and integral, and you've got t and x and x to the third, and you're asked to use the second fundamental theorem of calculus to figure things out. So the first thing you want to do is just unpack things. Don't look at it as a just sequence of signs and symbols. Just look at it as the derivative of something. Usually derivate functions, right? So you derivate a function. Okay, what is the function over here? Now, the function will be the thing that you plug in your variable into. So you plug in x into something. Why do I know that that is x? Well, look here, dx. You are evaluating the function with respect to x. Now, you've got here an x to the third. That complicates things, but not too much, as you'll see in a bit. So what's your function? That is your integral. It's not the sine of t. It is your integral. Okay? So once you've got that down, let's move further. You've actually seen this before. Once you've got the thing I just mentioned right now, everything else is super simple. It just follows from what I've said above. Because you've seen situations like this before. So here's an example. This is a different exercise, sure, I understand. But notice what this is asking you to do. It's asking you to find the derivative, okay, with respect to x, of a composite function. What would the derivative be? Use the chain rule. The outside function, cosine of what? Of x squared. But you multiply it by the derivative of x squared, which is just 2x. Rewrite this, and you get cosine x squared. That's it. Okay, what did we just say about this upper thing? Again, look at it as a function. Okay, how do we know if we need to use the chain rule? Like over here, we use the chain rule. Sorry for the camera. How do we know if we need to use the chain rule? Well, we look at what we're evaluating the function with respect to. If this and that doesn't match up, that means that we need to use the chain rule. Here we're using the derivative with respect to x. Here we have x to the third. Okay, so we will need to use the chain rule. Okay. So let me rewrite what we had there one more time. Okay, now, I hope this makes sense. This is the integral. Okay, now if we need to use the chain rule, it would be good to understand what you're using this on. Like here it was clear, you've got sine of x. Here we said it was the integral. Okay, that's the integral. So our function is the integral. Let's define our function. Here our function, f of x, was sine of x, simple x, okay? We've just plugged x squared into it. So how about over here? What is our function? F of x will equal the integral from 0 to x, not to x to the third, just to x, of sine of t dt, right? Okay, so what do we have here? We've got the derivative with respect to x. The derivative with respect to x of what? Of f of, but not x, but x to the third. And that is it. Once you got so far, further is gonna be just easier. Because what did we say about derivating composite functions? Take the derivative of the outside function with respect to the inside function, and multiply it by the derivative of the inside function. And you've got it. That's it. Well, the outside function is easy to derivate. You know how to do that. And you actually know how to derivate this inside function as well. Because let's remember what our, the outside function. Let's remember what the derivative of f of x is in this case. What is f of x? Well, what is it? It's an integral. You're looking at it. So, come on. You can do this. It is just sine of x. If you need to think about this a little bit more, maybe I'll make a video on this as well. But it's just sine of x, okay? Now, we just need to plug in, instead of x, we just need to plug in f of something. Like it could be a, I could write b, I could write c, but I decide to write x to the third. And I get sine of x to the third. And I just plug it in over here. Sine of x to the third. And then I can rewrite it if I want to. So it's... Oops. Yeah, so much for rewriting things when I already had them written in the right form. Anyhow, this is the idea. Okay? This should be pretty easy for you to understand as well. So, shouldn't be hard at all. I mean, I think this sort of bird's eye view has helped me a lot, and if it does help you, then I'm very happy.